big game on the weekend, yeah. So Nationals, SC Dons, they've got themselves to the semi-finals. They're playing, is it Birth Arms? I want to say a team from Liverpool,
Yeah.
basically,
Yeah.
representing obviously London. Now, a couple games ago, Big G got sent off in a game from the SFL League against Pure Performer.
Here we have a big moment, a controversial moment. The big fella comes out. He hasn't touched the kid, but the kid hits the deck like a sack of potatoes. Looks like the referee's buying it, but we're going to look closer. At the time, we was all adamant that the Big G hasn't touched him, and so was Big G. There was also covering defenders, so he wasn't the last man. But the ref's going to have to make a decision here. We can have a look at a few of the replays. As you can see there, G has not touched it. He hasn't touched him, literally.
It wasn't a sending off, from what I can make of it, but the referee only gets one glimpse at of the decision. Big G comes rushing out, clips the player goes down, makes the most of it. Big G gets a straight red. I think he gets a too much ban and all the rest of it. Now, in between then and now, obviously, Big G's serving his time. One game was against, I think it was in the Plumstead Cup, just one. And then there was a sneaky game in between. Now, I don't know what you make about this. You know, I've got my.
It's a messy one.
It's a sneaky one. It's a messy one. I've got my Spectre hat on because
it's messy.
Let me just get this straight. Yeah, first things first. I went on last down in London. SC Dons played M Boys. The game didn't take place because M Boys couldn't provide a pitch that was adequate to play on. And also they forgot their kit, which is a big boo-boo. So that didn't happen. As a result, or a couple weeks later, they're excluded from the league, or they fold. Another team that's folding. Hopefully they come back next season. So the league goes down to 11 teams. So obviously now when I'm seeing this midweek game, SC Dons play M Boys in a cup. First things first, apps. We haven't got to the stage of the season when people are playing midweek yet, have we? Because we're not that behind in games.
No, nowhere near. Nowhere near.
When we're behind the games. Secondly, how can you play a team that folded?
You're making me fidget. Bro, you're making me fidget. This is an uncomfortable conversation. This is an uncomfortable conversation.
I'm still learning, man. I'm still learning. Like, every day's a school day, as they say. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And then thirdly, cup competition. I mean, I'm pretty aware of cup competitions. We talked about one earlier, but this is a new cup competition that's come out of nowhere against a team that's folded midweek. That also, I forgot to add this in as well, that didn't get recorded. Now, SC Dons, I always listen to their videos and watch their videos, and they always say Dons never panic. They always have a duty of care to make sure they get content out to us all the time. And there was no content; it didn't get filmed because the owner went in goal because they couldn't get a team out. And yeah, we're not going to see the footage. Now, I would love to see the footage because it apparently ended at like 8-1, midweek game, cup competition. I didn't get to see the original SC Dons versus M Boys game. I wanted to see so much things are going on here. Like, I don't know how to make head or tail of this, but help me out, Inspector Apple, man. Like, what's going on there? What's your thoughts?
Listen, I've been fidgeting throughout that entire monologue because
sorry, bro.
This is
I had to get it out to the people,
a very, very uncomfortable conversation. This is a very uncomfortable topic. Listen, first off, let me start by saying this: that Big G sending off. I think sometimes, and I mean this, look, I have to be more serious when I say this. Referees are not idiots. They watch social media. They watch YouTube. They know what's going on. When certain referees get appointed in SC Dons game and they are presented with a moment to have their own moment, you better believe they're going to take it.
Oh, so you think it was one of them ones?
Big G sending off was not sending off. It was an opportunity for someone to have a moment, and they didn't let themselves down. Produce a red card in a moment that for me, which should never have been a red card. Personally, I would have just appealed it, but it's pointless these days. Whether you provide video footage or your own footage, it makes no difference. the FA senselessly backed their referees. That's all I'm going to say on that before I get myself in some more trouble.
Be careful.
So first and foremost, should have been a red card, and they shouldn't have had to pull the move that they pulled.
What
And
move
we
you
know
talking
what's
about?
gone on.
What are you talking about? There was a game played midweek. What are you about?
Let me just say, first and foremost, Don Straps, Big G, all of the boys, they're good people.
Mm-hmm.
They're good people with good hearts, with good intentions. I would not want to bring any harm to what they're doing and the hope and entertainment that they bring to so many young people and so many people in general across the UK, across Europe even, because they're international. Make no bones about it, they are international. But we have to call a spade a spade.
What spade is that?
A secret game that takes place with no cameras against a team that's folded. Listen, congratulations, they played the system. They've done a hatch lane, innit? No, listen, they've done a hatch lane. They knew the rules. Listen, and to be honest, let me say something. I'm going to say something so wild that they're going to go, Apple, you're inconsistent with your views. That's rubbish. I'm not inconsistent at all. Winners win. They find a way. They find a way. Winners win. They find a way. And whatever they did or didn't do, whatever pretend football match took place that didn't take place, that did take place, but it didn't take place, so Big G's no longer suspended. Whatever took place or didn't take place, I'm just here to tell you this. Winners win. That's what they do. They practice it every single day. They win. By any fucking means necessary, they win. And if you're presented with an opportunity to put yourself in a better situation for a bigger competition, which again, think about what you are as an institution in terms of how you inspire the younger generation, how you inspire people and entertain people, and you're presented with an opportunity to still be competitive, why would you not take that opportunity? Now
before Apple goes any further and incriminates himself, I'm just saying we're just putting two together and coming up with 4.
We can neither confirm nor deny. 4-ish, exactly. 4.5. Two and two makes 4.5.
Exactly.
Listen,
maths has never been my strong point, but 4.5.
Listen, we are neither confirming nor denying or saying nor not saying that a football match did or didn't take place. What I'm saying is winners win. They find a way to win. They find a way to be competitive. They find a fucking way. Whether you bend the rules, whether you break the rules, I don't give a flying fuck. We're going to be competitive. John Terry came out and told a story about Jose Mourinho. And he said there was a football match and he asked players, listen, go get yourself sent off because, it wipes your cards for the next round. There's another one where he said there's a rule in the book where if you go down or whatever, I can't even remember what it was, if you kick the ball out and it goes down, and whatever it was, but winners win. This is what they do. They find a way to win. Whilst I don't respect what Hatch Lane done, I find that dishonourable simply because they're the choice. But sometimes in other areas, you're not really presented with a choice. It's like, listen, it's do or die. And they chose to twist. They didn't stick, they twisted. So I'm with it.
Things work themselves out season. You know what I'm saying? They always work.
When I say I'm with it, listen. I'm pro winning. I'm pro proactivity. I'm not pro cheating. I'm not saying that anyone did cheat. I'm not saying anyone didn't cheat. I'm saying whatever has or hasn't happened, I'm with it because winners win, and that's what you have to do. You have to find a way. Now, I'm not incriminating myself in any way, shape, or form. I can't be incriminated because I'm nothing to do with SC Dons. But listen, congratulations. That's all I can. Listen, well played.
There you go. Right? I'm just saying, like,
I think that's the correct terminology. It's well played.
There you go. Like, it's very proactive choice. Playing a game midweek against a team that is no longer a team, or it could be a team. Because teams can fold and unfold. Like paper. Yeah. So
like paper. You see this? Like paper.
See.
In fact, you know, let me just help the man them out here.
What?
Clubs can fold from the league and still compete in cup competitions.
Wow. See, I did not know that. I did not know that.
They can. Or you can not even register to play in the league and just opt to play in cups. Just saying.
See?
But generally speaking, when a team folds, they fold because they're done. But whatever in it, like I said, it's paper, right? It's paper. Paper folds. And it can unfold.
And there you go. I
So-
mean, listen, every day's a school day. This is a very educational talk. I mean, there was even a referee for this. Like, there was a guy called Nana.
Yeah.
So I would love to speak to him and just get his perspective on the game, because he would have seen the full game. We unfortunately don't get to see it. So I'd like to get him on one time.
There must have been some spectacular goals, right?
Of course.
There must have been some great goals.
9 goals.
It's a really good game.
But,
I'm sure that must be. But you know what the thing is? Maybe with 9 goals being scored, it might be one of those ones where it's a bit of a snooze fest. So you might not remember too much.
Okay. Yeah.
You might not remember too much because it was just a bit
why.
boring. It's a walkover, so you might not actually remember too much. But listen, let me leave this topic on this, right? I'm just gonna say this. You know what I'm gonna say? This is my phrase. The game is the game. Yeah.
The game.
And sometimes you just gotta charge it to the game. You just gotta charge it to the game. It's what it is.
Well, it's good anyway, because it means Big G gets to play in the game this weekend.
Exactly.
I wish him all the best and wish SE Dons all the best. I wish both teams all the best, because obviously we want the best team to win. But obviously, because we're both Londoners, we're probably going to be rooting for SE Dons that little bit more. But yeah, wish both teams the best.
Forget all that team neutral stuff. SE Dons, I'm here for it. Let's go, man. I want the Dons to win. End of story. I want the Dons to win.
Yeah.
End of story.
Cool. I mean, there's like 3 Liverpool teams in there anyway, and there's only 1 London team. So come on, SE Dons.
Don't care about Liverpool teams. Don't care. Listen, I'm not a Scouse. Don't even like Liverpool. I hate Liverpool Football Club. I detest Everton Football Club. So listen, Dons, tear them boys up. Tear them up. Winners win. Yeah, winners win. And if anyone tries to contest why Big G's playing, just revert them to this and go, listen to what Apple said. The game is the game. Done. Winners win, man. Winners win.